Hey guys, so I live in California, and California is really cool because they give you these things called propositions. Other states have them too. And whenever anyone has an idea that they can't really agree on, they ask the people. And the popular vote decides. You simply vote yes or no on the idea. And there it is. I'm a really, really big fan of propositions. Now, right now, there's one proposition in particular that I am extremely fond of, and I wanted to share with other Californians and the rest of the United States, possibly the world, just to let you know where we are. I made a video 2 years ago in May of 2010 where I talk about how it's kind of messed up that in the United States, it's not just not mandatory for GMO foods to be labeled as such, it's actually illegal to label them. So the FDA, they have a little write-up on their page for food producers about genetically modified foods. And here's what they say. A statement that a food was not bioengineered or does not contain bioengineered ingredients may be misleading if it implies that the labeled food is superior to foods that are not so labeled. So the FDA is essentially telling organic farmers you can get in big trouble for claiming you don't use GMO ingredients. And that's kind of messed up because why don't you trust the people to make a decision on their own? You know, we're adults. California is, I believe, the first state, I think, to have this on our ballot. And if we pass this, and I think California has it in order to pass it, that's why I moved here. I'm definitely not like a ridiculous liberal, but this is just kind of interesting to me. Because we're not allowed to know, and that kind of pisses me off in its own right, it doesn't matter if GMOs, I believe, are safe or not safe. The part that I'm not allowed to decide what I buy because I'm not allowed to know what I'm getting in the store, that's messed up. So in November, we have this proposition on the ballot called Proposition 37. Proposition 37. Proposition 37 is a requirement that GMO foods be labeled genetically modified organisms. This is, maybe you've heard the phrase biotechnology, genetically engineered. Over 70%, I said in my last video, it's probably more now, of the foods you buy in the supermarket are containing genetically modified ingredients. Europe has very different scientific results than we do, and I don't want to say it's suspicious, but like I said, it ticks me off that we're not allowed to know what we're buying. Give us a break here. We're not idiots. So, I just want people to know that even if you don't vote, I have a lot of friends who hate politics. Obviously, I love politics, but I want you to know if you live in California, you have the option. Hurry up and register to vote, and you can decide to be the first state, I think, in the country, I'm so sorry if I'm wrong, to pass legislation that changes this whole Monsanto overlord nonsense we've been dealing with for years. Good for you, Monsanto, but we're really, really done with you controlling our food supply. We're so done. A lot of us have varying opinions on the safety of genetically modified foods, and we need to make our voices heard so that we're able to at least be informed about what we're purchasing in the store, because I don't like the fact that my money is going to things that may cause me health problems. Even if they don't, I'd like to know. And I think we all deserve to know because we're adults. Like I said, I feel like a lot of the time the government doesn't treat us like we're cognizant adults. And when the government goes that far, they're going too far. So let me know what you think about this Proposition 37. It's number 37. So if you go to vote for one thing, please make it 37. Yes or no? You decide. I have enough faith in the American people that will vote yes on 37 if we vote. We need to get out there. Please, please, please make this happen. We'll make history. Thanks for watching.